Okay, welcome back. I'm here with 01. They're the first finalists to make it in our tournament. And they were also the winners of last year, so I'm sure they have a lot to share about that. So, Ergo, we'll start with you. What is your game's logic? Are you just attacking the negative balls? Is that your sole purpose?
Well, that's our primary purpose since it's the fast way to get to the goal, winning. So, yeah, but we're also using the yellow balls as a secondary target. So, but the main goal is just to get the red balls in.
Okay, yeah, because we've noticed in games, if 2 red balls are in your court, your robots are suddenly at a huge disadvantage because they're now tackling the secondary objective because you need 3 to win. So, do you have any way to prepare if somebody has countered that? What if the other team also targets negative balls?
Well, then they're just gonna fight for the red balls and eventually end up fighting over the yellow balls. So
yeah, okay. So, how have you found how different this event is to last year?
well, last year our robot was quite different. It had a very different mechanic than the other robots. So for those who didn't see last year's fight, we had this catapult robot or like thrower. It had this cannon which shot the balls into the goal. And yeah, that provided us with a huge advantage over the other teams. And it was quite cool, actually.
Yeah, I've seen the videos. We'll probably link them as well in the stream to show what the bots were like last year. Do you reckon if we allowed cannons in this one, you would win hands down?
Maybe. Well, I think like the level has been a lot better this year. Like the teams are more prepared and the bots are performing a lot better. So it's been quite the nail biter most of our matches. So it's been very interesting.
Yeah, I'm certainly looking forward to seeing the highlights from these games. They've been very tight, very close. But okay, and if I could just pass the microphone over to Tore. So Tore here has also been helping out with the event a little bit. He's been here to test, so I asked him some questions then. But Tore, what inspired your outfits? Because we have a very Daft Punk vibe here, I'm getting.
Yeah, I don't remember. Like last year, we just decided that let's go with a unified outfit that somehow like connects our team as a unit. It probably was maybe Tomi or Erkka who came up with let's have ties and color code to go with that.
Yeah, well, it's a really cool thing. Hopefully we are, as I've mentioned, we're going to introduce that, maybe get teams to be more coordinated. But so what are you going to do now between now and the finals? Because you're not playing for another, well, the finals are aiming to be for 9:30, so you've got plenty of time to prepare. Are you going to make anything different?
Yeah, I think so far we haven't got anything on our to-do list that's like we could make happen like in these short hours that we've got going on. So I think the calibrations that we're going to do have been done, and we'll just continue the same route we've gone. If of course we see something in the stream, we might like of the opponents that like maybe reveal a weakness, then we might change of some of our tactics. For example, have 2 defender robots or 2 robots that are 2 logics that focus on defending rather than attacking, or the other way around, just only offense, because now we have 2 logics, one robot that stays a bit more in our own court and the other one who attacks a little bit more aggressively.
Okay, so how long did it take you to come up with how you were going to train your robot? Is machine learning involved in this, or is it just logic?
Yeah, it's not a machine learning solution, so it's a traditional programming, so we're the human component in here. But yeah, over the course of a couple of months, on and off, so like the last few weeks we've been coding like more actively, but we started already in the summer with the simulator, and so it's been an ongoing process.
Yeah, that's just reminded me, I don't know who is best to answer this, but there is the 01 simulator, as you mentioned. So we have provided a Unity simulator to allow you to train with machine learning, but 01s have also kindly provided their own, it's open source still, right? Open source 01's simulator for the event, which can allow you to actually use direct UDP packages to command the robots as opposed to training it. So which of you would be best to answer? Like, how did you come up with this? Why did you do this?
Yeah, like initially it was just me wanting to try out Unity, since I've been thinking about dabbling in Unity and wanted to make a project, and all of a sudden we had half of a working simulator in our hands, and And we had heard that maybe something like that would be developed by the organizers as well. So once we had something working, we sent a message and said that, hey, we have accidentally developed something like this. If you like to feature it, we're gonna, and if you're okay with it, we're gonna open source the projects. And it went from there.
Amazing, amazing.
And I'm
Okay.
really happy that other people have also used it. So
Yes.
it's not just for our good. So
Yeah,
we're
it's been
like-
very good because some people do find the term machine learning to be a very daunting task. And so to then tackle a game through machine learning when you haven't had experience, it can be quite scary. So having this alternative simulation has really benefited the participants. If I could ask one more question to Erkka. So, of the 4 other teams, who are you most scared of facing in the final?
I'm not actually sure. Like a lot of the teams, the matches have been so tight. So I think like beat any one of them, we're gonna be a bit like scared. But I'm wishing we're gonna meet the machine learning team again because, well, it's just so awesome to have like an actual
Yeah.
machine learning project.
See
there.
how it adapts to different
Yeah.
situations, yeah.
Yeah.
And my final question for you, or for you all, what would you like to see at the next event?
Well, like you said, like more like a team unity or like.
Yep. But in
that
terms
would
of
be cool. Well, one thing that we've been discussing that it would be fun to have like more choices in the mechanics of the robot. Like the first year we had our very special bots, so those are like cool. It allows so much more like depth to the matches.
yeah, absolutely.
But that requires more from the teams, and it takes a lot more time to develop those. So
Yeah, absolutely. So to point out the key thing in this competition is purely the programming side, how you tackle the game's logic, as opposed to coming up with some sort of mechanical advantage to win, like these guys exploited very much last year. But nevertheless, next year, you never know, or the next event, we will probably, don't quote me on this, but we'll have another event this year. We'll see about maybe introducing other ways that teams can pull up ahead. But anyway, thank you very much for your time, guys, and best of luck with the final.